This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Good evening, all. I'm Shasheena Rolle. As always, it is so great to have you with us. Topping news in a couple of hours, a local civic group is set to accelerate its campaign against the local power company. The organization is planning to launch its petition drive during a rally tomorrow evening to agitate for lower electricity rates. Now, this is the latest round in the battle against the power company. Tonight, the Grand Bahama Power Company is firing back and quashing the allegations made against them. Well, we do apologize. We'll have that story for you before our newscast ends. Residents throughout the islands heading to the polls in June to vote in local government elections. Here on Grand Bahama, the system is coming under scrutiny. In this report, Sabrina Brown tells us what some residents have to say about this form of governance.
Local government was established in 1996, and 18 years later, as we approach another election in June, residents are giving their views on the system. Many believe the concept is a good one, but it has not been as effective as it could be.
I think the problem this is my view, that if the politics would come out of local government, I believe that you will see more production.
It seemed to me as if though the local government has lost their sense of direction. Most of our local government people here in Grand Bahama seem to have gone party-wise rather than serving their communities.
Youth leader Dudley Said is of the view that local government councils should be more empowered to run their respective communities.
I think the whole idea is to run like government. So you can't ask me to run in local government and tie my hand almost. So I think they should have more say in the running of a country.
President of the Grand Bahama Christian Council, Reverend Keith Meadows, and Bishop Joe Hall would like to see councillors focus more on the role they were elected to play.
One of the things that I'm hoping for as a leader of the Christian Council is that they would all come together and understand that they're here to do service and to understand that they have a role to play. And I believe even in their role to play as local government, they must understand that they have limitations, and there are jobs for the local government practitioners to play, and there are also a role for the member of parliament to play.
What they need to do is recollect themselves and understand what the people has elected them to do and do the work of the people.
They also shared their views on the caliber of people offering to serve in local government.
It is important that these individuals that are coming forward must be men and women of integrity, and they ought to be able to, the community ought to look up to them and respect them.
I think the government leaders, ones who are in charge of local government, should do a proper vetting program to see that these people have their integrity intact and they are accountable and representable to the people in our community.
But Senior Island Administrator Alexander Williams says there is no vetting process for local government candidates. They are required to meet the same qualifications as candidates for the general election.
You cannot be a person bankrupt, declared bankrupt. You cannot be under sentence, custodial sentence, so you can't really be a criminal. And one of the important things for local government elections is that the candidate must be a registered voter in that constituency for which he or she is running.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Well, as we told you earlier, in a couple of hours, a local civic group is set to accelerate its campaign against the local power company. The organization is planning to launch its petition drive during a rally tomorrow evening to agitate for lower electricity rates. It is the latest round in the battle against the power company. Tonight, the Grand Bahama Power Company is firing back and quashing the allegations made against them. Grand Bahama Power Company is setting the record straight on what they call false allegations recently made by the Coalition for Concerned Citizens, an organization that has spearheaded a petition drive and rally to lower the cost of electricity on the island. Communications Officer Philshire Grant Farquharson says while they have offered to meet with the leader of the coalition, Eddie Victor, that will not happen.
Mr. Victor has refused to meet with the Bahamian leadership of the business. Instead, he seems more concerned with advancing his own personal agenda. We also don't understand how Mr. Victor feels that the economy of Grand Bahama will be well served by asking businesses to shut off their power at a financial loss to themselves. But we continue to provide information for our customers, and we invite customers that have any questions or concerns to come in, and we'll be happy to discuss them with them.
The Coalition for a Concerned Citizen claims that the 3 cents per kilowatt hour increase granted in 2011 by regulators to assist the power company in bringing in emergency generators has never been removed. Farquharson says nothing can be further from the truth.
There is no 3-cent charge for rental generation in our rates. They were removed in July of 2012.
Are they now part of any other charges?
It's no way, shape, or form within our rate structure.
The communications officer admits that GBPC understands that the cost of electricity is a challenge for customers as it is globally, but notes that the company has been working to stabilize costs on Grand Bahama.
In 2011, we would have communicated our plans to address system reliability, dependence on volatile fuel, and our commitment to exploring alternative and renewable energy options for our customers. Since that time, we have constructed and commissioned the new West Sunrise plant. Now, contrary to what Mr. Victor is reporting, that plant is 100% and fully owned by the Grand Bahama Power Company. The electricity being produced there is not being sold to GBPC and marked up to our customers. In fact, this plant has allowed us to replace old and inefficient generation at no increase to the all-in rates paid by our customers.
She says with the new plant, there has been reduced outages by 51%, and customers have seen a decline in the fuel portion of their bills.
So when you compare GBPC to other Caribbean utilities, our rates are in the lower end of the scale. Now, over the long term, we will continue to look for ways to decrease our dependency on oil, which we know is a major component of the cost that our customers pay. We've been working with our parent company, Amera, to find the right and sustainable alternative and renewable energy option that makes the best business case for our customers.
Farquharson is encouraging residents with any queries to visit the local office. Now, we spoke with Pastor Eddie Victor about the power company's claims. He says the coalition did receive a call from an employee of the power company who asked for a meeting. He says the coalition agreed to meet as long as CEO Sarah McDonald would attend. However, he says the power company never calls back to set up that meeting. Additionally, Victor notes that a group of pastors met with the power company over 2 years ago and shared their concerns, but executives never got back to the group of pastors. Now, tomorrow's rally is set for 5 p.m. near Kentucky downtown. Elected members of the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce will be inducted during an installation banquet at the Grand Lucine Resort on Saturday night. Businessman Barry Malcolm is returning as president for his 2nd term and will address the banquet on pressing local issues. Chamber executives say recent activities challenging the Customs Management Act, combined with an active board of directors and a new slate of business education programs, have increased the local interest in the chamber. The banquet will be held under the theme, The Future of Grand Bahama, the Way Forward. Now, the Honorable Rolle, Minister of State for Investment in the Office of the Prime Minister, will be the featured speaker. 30-year-old Leonard Lenny Barnett of Spinney Road hauled before the court today on the charge of armed robbery. He was not allowed to enter a plea, and attorney Erica Kemp, representing the Attorney General's office, requested to proceed by voluntary bill of indictment. This matter will be heard before Senior Justice Hartman Longley in the Supreme Court on March 24th at 10 a.m. Bail was denied, and Barnett was remanded to Her Majesty's prison until trial. Now, Barnett is accused of the armed robbery of the John Bull store in Lucaya in June of 2009. Merchandise was valued at around $39,000, and it was reportedly stolen during that heist. The Police Staff Association's Northern Branch has a new team of officers to lead that organization for the next year. The new team was elected on January 20th. Sabrina Brown reports.
Corporal Corey Damianos was elected to the Corporal Branch Board of the Police Staff Association, Northern Branch, and was subsequently selected to the post of chairman. He talks about plans for the year ahead.
We bridge the gap between everybody, and we're going to try revert back to the foundation of what the Police Staff Association was built on, that's serving to protect us with pride. So the platform that we are going on is strictly welfare purposes.
He says the executive team will work with the local administration to improve working conditions for police officers and also to address other issues.
There are some issues, but it's workable. But we're going to try and enhance them, make them better, because if we're out there protecting people, who's protecting us? So therefore, we're the voice of the people. And so whatever issues they bring forward, if we see that it's worth fighting for, we're going to fight for it.
Officer Andrew Clark is responsible for the Welfare Committee.
We plan to have a lot of seminars, money saving and investment seminars, motivation seminars, leadership seminars. We also have something what we call the Reach Out Ministry so forth, where we touch the spiritual aspect of police officers.
Sergeant Conrad Jennings Jr. is in charge of private engagement, a vital area of policing.
They come to the Police Staff Association when they need police security to police a certain function, either a concert or escort money, or as well as security at banks, and anything of that sort.
Sabrina Brown, ZNS Network News.
Stay with us. The Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition continues right after this.